Hey guys, it's Tori, and today I'm going to be announcing a really fun thing I have going on. I got this idea from Books Like Whoa, who did a fun tournament idea with her subscribers and Patreons, wherein they were able to choose what book in different genres that she was going to read, and then she did a vlog filming her experience with all of those books. And I thought it would be a fun idea to come up with 4 different groups for myself and have you guys help me decide which of those books within that group would be the first book I read for that group in the new year. So these will be the first 4 books that I read in the new year, and y'all are gonna help me decide. So I'm going to be posting the polls both on here and on Instagram, so feel free to join in on either or both even, I don't really care. I'll be posting them on my story on Instagram, and then I'm going to be posting them just in community posts on here. I'm announcing this now because I am going to start the last week of November / the first week of December with the first group, and then because I want to discuss the announcement of what won at the very end just before the new year. So that is my plan right now. So in the 4 weeks before I post that finals video, we're going to do 1 bracket each week, and it will just be really exciting. So on here, I'm going to be putting my picture of my brackets right here so you can see what I'm talking about and visualize it a little bit better. I'm going to start with historical fiction. I am going to be reading off my computer for this, so if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. I based the seats off of the amount of ratings on Goodreads, so not what their rating was, their average rating was, but rather how many they had received. So basically based on popularity. So for historical fiction, I have in the first seat, The Last Kingdom by Bernard Cornwell, going against the 8th seat, which is Cecily by Annie Garthwaite, excuse me. Second seat is America's First Daughter by Stephanie Dray and Laura Camoy. I am not sure how to pronounce that. And that will be going against the 7th seat, which is Joan by Catherine J. Chen. My third seat is The Fountains of Silence by Rudis Petties, and that will be going against In the Name of the Family by Sarah Dunnant. And then we have the 4th seat being Victoria by Daisy Goodwin, going against the 5th seat, of course, with Booth by Karen Fowler. The second tournament I'm going to run is for fantasy. So the first seat for that is The Eye of the World, of course, by Robert Jordan, going against the 8th seat, which is Daughters of Sparta by Claire Haywood. The second seat is Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, of course. That will be going against the 7th seat of The Last Light of the Sun by Guy Gavriel Kay. The third seat is The Alloy of Law by Brandon Sanderson, and that will be going against the 6th seat of A Thousand Ships by Natalie Haynes. The 4th seat is Grave Mercy by Robin Lefevers, and the 5th seat is The Daughter of the Forest by Juliette Marillier. So those two will be going against each other, and that is the full fantasy bracket, which will be followed by my classics bracket. So the number 1 seed in this group that I created was Diary of Anne Frank, of course, by Anne Frank. I know, I have not read this, but it was by far the most popular. It has over 3 million? Yes, over 3 million views, where everything else in all of the groups was at most in the 100,000s range, but this reached well over 3 million. So anyway, that is the first seed. The 8th seat is Summer by Edith Wharton. The second seat is A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens, and that will be going against my 7th seat, which is Passing by Nella Larson. The third seat is Crime and Punishment, and that will be going up against Of Human Bondage by M. Somerset Maugham. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but that person. And I should mention Crime and Punishment, of course, is by Fyodor Dostoevsky. The 4th seat is The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath, and that will be going against the 5th seat, which is A Passage to India by E.M. Forster, of course. And my final grouping is just miscellaneous, so things that didn't quite fit in any of these maybe are just slightly different genres or whatever, and so I just put them all together in this one. The first seat for this one was A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman, and this will be going against the 8th seat, which is Sea Under Love by David Grossman, which is I don't know exactly if it's historical fiction or not, but it's basically following, because I know probably most people have not heard of it. I think it follows the children of Holocaust survivors. So that's all I really know about it, but that is my 8th seat for this particular group. The 2nd seat is Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice, and this will be going up against The Island of the Day Before by Umberto Eco, which I know nothing about. I just saw it at a bookstore and it looked interesting. So anyway, these two are going against each other. The 3rd seat is The Secret History by Donna Tartt, and that one will be going up against my 6th seat, which is The Wonder by Emma Donoghue. And then the 4th seat for this one is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke, and that will be going against the 5th seat, which is Once Upon a River by Diane Setterfield. So that is everything for those. Those are all of the tournaments. I will also be doing them in that order. So I think for each one I'm going to give about 2 days-ish, 1 to 2 days for the first round, so everybody picks probably just 1 day, and then a couple days later I'll post the second rounds. A couple days later I'll post the last round, and then I will post the winner, and I will also discuss them in a video if you don't really do Instagram. So yes, that's my plan with it. I'm really excited about it. I'm excited to see what you guys end up picking, because I think there's enough various books of various popularity between just in general, but also on BookTube, and so I'm very curious to see what you guys end up narrowing it down to for me. So be looking forward to those brackets going up, those polls going up on both on my community post on YouTube, but also on my stories on Instagram. Participate either way, both ways, whatever, and we'll just see what ends up happening. So that is all I have to say in this video. I hope you're having a wonderful reading month, and I will see you next time. Bye!